Peace be with you. You know, that was the first words that Jesus said to his disciples after the resurrection, right? Peace be with you. So I want you to remember three numbers: 25, 35, 45. Okay, let's hear it. Quite easy, right? Okay, so Matthew. One more time. Matthew. Okay, what does it say? Matthew 25, 35 to 45 basically says, whatever you do to the least of my brethren, that you do unto me. Okay, if you read the earlier part, 35, you see when was I in prison, when I was hungry, and so on. Okay, so 25, 35, 45. Okay, so I want to share with you what goes on in the Church of St. Michael's. And this is to help us understand some of the things we do in terms of hospitality. Yesterday, Father Adrian said it is the heart and not the structures, right? Which is very true, because if you don't have the heart and if you have the structures, it won't really work. You look at the countries around Singapore, no? Where there is corruption, they set in new orders, structures, it's still corrupted. Then they have a re-election, right? Then more corrupted people come in. Though they have the structures, nothing happens, right? It's the heart. So Matthew 25, 35 to 45 says, if it is not in your heart, that whatever you are doing, you're doing it to Jesus. Whatever structures you put in place is not going to happen. And just now, Friar Mike said, change is so difficult. We always like to eat the nasi lemak of last week, for this week, because it tastes so good last week, right? Change. So in St. Michael's, we were thinking about what we want to do for those who are going to get baptized, the infants. So we put in place a 4-week, actually supposed to be 6 weeks, but they made so much noise. So it became 4 weeks, all right, in preparation. So what did we do? They come in, and we hope they will come in while they were pregnant, not after giving birth. But Singaporeans, they would like to come in after they give birth. So the first sessions, we talk about, now that you know you're pregnant now, what are you doing? And they'll tell us they're painting the house red color or pink color. They're going to get a cradle. They're going to buy some this and that and the other. They tell us about their life, what is going on, right? And we would like to journey with them during the pregnancy because, there are instances where there's miscarriage. Many of our parishioners, right, who have had a miscarriage, nobody is with them. The church does not know anything. Unless they come to church and say, Father, bless me because I had a miscarriage. Or they come to the church and say, Father, I had a miscarriage. I feel so depressed, and so on. Where is the church during the pregnancy? So accompanying them is welcoming them. And when they give birth, right, there is the community there present. That's why we have 4 sessions. And I also told so this is the structure. At the baptism, all the ministry members should be there. Why should they be there? Welcome. Otherwise, very often, baptism is a private affair. Who knows about this child, or this baby getting baptized? The child, the baby, who knows? Nobody knows. And the parents are doing their own thing, right? And the rest of the community is doing their own thing. So there's no real welcoming. In the RCIA, when you baptize somebody, right, you welcome them. The whole parish clap, isn't it? But the infant baptism, nobody. So from womb to tomb, we try to have this welcoming going on. So at baptism, this is what we try to do. Does it work? Now and then. Is it 100%? No. How come? Because there is still all this resistance. Yeah? So I'm sure as we get along, move along, there'll be more joining in, and then it's going to get stronger and stronger. So same with house blessings. Used to be, Father, I want to bless my house. Or they give the notice to the secretary tells the priest arrange a date with them. Okay, go bless the house, finish. Right? So we put in a new structure, a new process. They call the parish, they inform the parish they want the house blessed. We send our neighborhood leaders to the house. 2 of them, 3 of them, go and talk to them, get to know them, find out about what's happening. Then, when they are ready, they tell the priest, Father, we can bless the house. So I would go. And the ministry members would go. How many? 200. No, there's about 2 or 3 of them. This is because we say, if you are new to the parish priest bless your house, or the assistant blesses your house, you're still an anonymous person somewhere. Whereas if we have the neighborhood people coming to your house, getting to know you, you getting to know them, when you come to church, you know people, or people know you. This is the way in which we extend the welcome. We extend our hospitality to them, to know them. And then, of course, after some time, these neighborhood leaders, they also then introduce them to other neighbors. And so hopefully we'll form a community like what was shared yesterday. Do all people accept it? Do all new parishioners accept it? No. Why? Because they're new to the parish. And what do they say? Last time in my former parish, don't have all this. Why so mafan? Why so troublesome? Why must I meet people? I just bless my house, Father. Just you and me. I don't need to know anybody. Right? So the process of making people welcome, making them part of the family, though we have the ideas, we have the processes, right? It's still not easy. Why? Because many Catholics would prefer to be anonymous Catholics. Many Catholics would prefer to be by themselves. So we have a very hard time trying to break all of this. So that's the blessing, in the neighborhood. Also in the parish, we started a hospitality program some time ago, and people were encouraged to come. And after a while I said, all ministry members must go. All. Structure in place. SOP in place, yes. Sometimes these things need to be done. In my parish, in the church compound, we have one vine growing. It's growing all over the place. Grow into the neighbor also. Grow and kill one plant also, and now it's growing up this, what they call the bay leaf tree, The bay leaf tree is about 2 feet high, 2 stories high. It's just going all the way there. And when they took the scissor, cut everything. A vine needs a trellis. It needs some order. Otherwise, it go haywire. And the vine was growing so large, right? It produced only 5 grapes. Some more sour grapes. Okay. So there needs to be an order. But the heart must be in that order. So I asked all my ministry members, no. Every one of you must attend this program, right? And then we take attendance. Yeah, you think you're trying to cheat me, right? You're not gonna go, okay. And then after going through that program, so I said, okay, let's put it into practice. So now we have the altar boys, we have the choir, extra ministry, extraordinary ministers of Holy Communion. We have the odigos. You all would call the wardens. We call them the odigos. They would all stand around the church, welcoming people. As they come to church, they say, peace be with you. Welcome. Peace be with you. Welcome. And they did that for a year plus. Now I'm telling them, or a few months ago I told them, okay, that's enough. Now you ask for their name. Father, I just peace be with you. Why must I ask name? You're saying peace be with you to who? Who is the person? Get to know the person, you know? So at a certain stage, you know, when they were comfortable enough to say to everybody, whoever is coming, peace be with you, they were going to go on to the stage of, hey, you want to join the choir or not? Hey, you want to join the lector or not? I told them no such thing, okay? You don't recruit anybody. You just say hello to them, peace be with you, and now you just get to know their names, right? So, I think about 3-4 weeks ago, I saw this lady coming in, and the altar boy holding the torch, you know, at the entrance of the gate there. No, peace be with you, sister. And she said, okay, peace be with you. Then she took a few steps back, took a shot of the statue of St. Michael at the main entrance, you know. I saw that, you know. As she was coming in, I said, peace be with you. What's your name? She said, Amanda. Okay. How come you took a photo of the statue? Or just to give evidence to my father that I'm coming to church. And this Amanda is about 40 years old, no? So when she said that, I said, how come? How come I must give evidence? Or because I don't come to church every Sunday. Oh, okay, all right, fine. We're chatting a little bit, right? And then what I have done for the longest time in St. Michael's is before I start in the name of Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, after the opening gathering hymn, I ask the people turn around, introduce themselves to each other, say something about themselves. Once in a while, I'll tell them, turn to the person next to you and ask them, what shall I pray for you today? Yeah? Now, at this point, when I tell the people, turn around, introduce yourselves to each other, the church is very noisy. Very. Because everybody is talking, everybody is introducing themselves. When I first did it, I was quite silent, you know. People, I can see, right? I say, yeah, you all tell the name, right? So, at the end of this Eucharist, right, where Amanda was coming, right? I saw at the back Amanda, you know. I saw the guy next to him. Hey, Joe, say hello to Amanda. Then Joe said, yeah, I have. Okay. After the Eucharist, you talk to her, okay? Why? People come alone, they go home alone. They come anonymous, they go home anonymous, right? And then, of course, some people will say, yeah, I introduce, I know the name, but after I forget what. Next week also, I said, forget what. Okay, that is true. But for that moment, that person is a somebody. Matthew 25, 35, 45. Whatsoever you do to the least of my brethren, that you do unto me. So anonymous. Who's that? Jesus. Right? As one Sunday, this man got into the lift, and I also got into the lift, all right? So we were going to the worship hall. So I asked him, what's your name? Oh, Charles, Father, Charles. Oh, where do you live? Oh, St. George's. Oh, nearby. I've been coming to this church a long time, Father. Okay. I never knew your name. All right. So during the celebration, right, Charles was sitting at the side. Let us offer each other a sign of peace. And I always tell them, before that, right, let us offer each other a sign of peace. Hey, do you remember the name of the person next to you or not? And they will laugh, lah. That means they forgot, lah. I said, ask the name again and say, Mary, peace be with you. Right? John, peace be with you. So I said, let us offer each other a sign of peace. Then I turned and saw Charles. Charles, peace be with you. You know? You remember? Yeah, I know yesterday there was this lady who came to me, Father, do you remember me or not? No, I cannot. I saw you in Christ the King. I said, that's 30 years ago. 30 years. All right, okay. So in that way, I try to get people to know each other, right? And sometimes when they go down, right, there are people who talk to them. We find a lot more people hanging around. So another thing that we've done to help people know each other, feel comfortable, feel welcome, is that we have on Sundays free breakfast. Free. And the breakfast is not the usual, what? Siu mai, mee siam, and all. They do a lot of different things. And it's given free. Why? We want people to hang around. And so we have, just now you put the word on there, Xenia, right? We have this group called Zenidos, and they've been trained to just go and talk to people. Just talk to anybody, right? They'll be handling the food, part of them, but the majority of them would be hanging around just talking to people on Sunday. And people hang around. So the structures need to be there. And like what Friar Mike said, very true, The new things you try, people will say, why you want to try this? Last time don't have, no. Last time, policemen wear shorts, okay? Right. So always the thing about last time, right? So we give when we first gave the food free, people were so uncomfortable. Father, where's the donation box? I said, for what? Put money lah, free must put money. No need lah, you. Not that St. Mike's is a rich parish. Okay? And then we were saying, okay, Sundays, we have all these things going on, right? How about Saturday? How about Sunday evening? Nothing going on. So Saturday we decided, Saturday evening, we'll have free wine and free beer. Exciting or not? New or not? Okay? Right. What was the reason? We called it a drink before dinner. So we invite them to come, spend about 10 minutes, half an hour, have a drink, have a chat, have some potato chips or peanuts or whatever not, and then go home, right? So people do hang around. It's for fellowship. It's for people to feel welcome, for people to know one another. So they are not, come, go, right? So when I first introduced this, there were complaints from parishioners. You are turning the church into a bar. The altar boys are going to drink and get drunk. Yeah, all sorts. So 3 Sundays on the pulpit, I told them, Jesus came, and he was eating and drinking. And what did they call him? Drunkard. So you are calling us a drunkard, huh? Yeah. Right? We have the outside, and when I first renovated it, there were complaints that you renovate this, wasting money. Yeah, and now they're enjoying the place. They're all hanging around. People, the people in the neighborhood, the Hindu lady, the guy who's got no religion, right? They come into the church. They sit around. They just sit there. During COVID, they just come because the gates are forever open. They just sit down there. And what are they doing? Just sitting there. Sometimes I see them and go there, hey, hi, never seen it. Oh, what brings you here? Nothing lah, I just want to sit here and relax. People are coming in that manner. And, there was a stage where people were outside the main gate. They see this. They come into the church, and then you know what they ask? Is this cafe open to the public? And we're having free breakfast every morning. Every morning, free breakfast. We told them, you can come in, have a drink, sit down, whatever you want to do. So, if we want to be welcoming, we got to really think out of the box. Or if we want to be welcoming, we must allow the Holy Spirit to guide us and inspire us to things that are not the norm, to things that are not the usual stuff. The usual stuff is just like what Lawrence was saying, you're digging your own grave. You're just in that hole, and you're just enjoying the hole without knowing what else is outside, right? I mean, as you listen to Friar Mike, right, you were inspired, right? Right, what was going on there, right? Yeah. I'm sure you hear about St. Mike's, you want to get drunk, right? RCIA. We announce. RCIA, announce. We announce very early, right? People register. And I get my facilitators who have gone through training for a year, 8 months before they become facilitators. What they do is they are given the phone numbers of those who register, the emails of those who register if they don't give their phone numbers. And the facilitators will call them or text them or email them 2-3 times. After that, they will arrange for coffee at the coffee shop, hawker center. They'll meet there 2-3 times. And then after that, they are encouraged to meet up with other ministry members. This is long before the opening night. Because they register and they come on the opening night, who do they know? They'll feel very uncomfortable. They don't know anybody. Everybody will be a stranger. But when we did this, when they came to church, they recognize people. They feel a bit more welcome. And our opening night is free dinner. And we have free dinner for about 3-4 months. What's the idea? We come, we sit, we have fellowship, we come, we sit, we are comfortable with one another. This is the way in which we welcome them. And who is there the RCIA opening nights or opening month? All the ministry member heads, the leaders, or whoever they want to send. So it's not just the facilitators and then the inquirers, but it's ministry members, facilitators, or some of you would call sponsors, no? And the inquirers. How come? Because we want them to know the community. We want them to feel at ease. After the rite of acceptance, they're all encouraged to join the ministries. All. If they don't join, that's where I'm going to step in and say, how come? What's happening? Why don't you join this? Why don't you join this? And before they're baptized, they're all in ministries. All. So on the day of baptism, right? After the final blessing and all that, then I would say, okay, all the neophytes come to the front, all the confirmants come to the front. The community had been praying for them for all of Lent. Their pictures are shown. This time we had them in videos saying a few things, asking the parish to pray for them. Then when they stand in front of everyone, I will say, let's welcome them to our parish. Everybody's clapping and this and that and all that. Then the parishioners will come forward. Some we know are ministry members. Some we don't even know who they are. And come and give them presents as a sign of welcome. And these neophytes, right? They remain in the church for a long time. Now, funerals. We just had one of the neophytes, not neophytes, she's now baptized maybe 2 years, right, 3 years. She just passed on. That was last week, or this week. This is Wednesday, right? Last week she passed away, this Wednesday. And Father Sam was doing the funeral, my assistant. I couldn't do because I was doing a day of recollection in another parish. Father Sam told me, Father, the church, almost like Sunday Mass, Almost like Sunday Mass. There were so many people at the funeral. And she's just been baptized only, 2 years? You see how the community had welcomed her, how she had journeyed with the community, and she was part of the community. And there were some people who were crying at the wake. I was standing there, why are these people crying? They had no connection in a way. Official connection, like ministry, but they had been mixing around during breakfast, during at other times. So this was a real community gathered around this person. So it happens when we put things in place. Now, at funerals, we've been trying to do it, but we still haven't picked up. We journey. The wakes, St. Mike's, we have a wake room, created one. Okay, it's FOC. Why FOC? Because FOC lah. Where the church get the money, church don't have much money. But one Sunday collection is... my 1 month collection is equivalent to St. Mary's one Sunday collection. Okay? That's where we are. So anyway, hey, no, come on. He's got 15,000 in his parish. I only got 2,000. Come on. Everybody got $1, we give $1, you know lah, huh? Okay, anyway, yeah, we don't know the figures. So, it's free of charge. They come, and every month, one or two ministries are assigned for wake duty. Meaning, if this month nobody dies, your ministry is assigned, nothing happens. August is actually the bad time. Hungry ghost month. No, people die. You know. This is to ensure that, because this was my experience in my former parish. There was one guy, Catholic, and his brother died. They were the only two in the house. So brother died. They had a wake in the HDB, void deck. He was the only one. That is very sad, Very, very sad. Catholic and just one person. So I said, ministry members, you all go. I mean, you're assigned what? Once a year or twice a year? Nobody die, also you don't do anything. Somebody die, you go first night. Second night, there is the wake group and so on. But this is how the community is involved and how the community journeys with the Catholic. I've been trying to do this, haven't actually taken off yet. During the wake, or when the person in the hospital is sick, there are people visiting, there are people showing their concern, their love. During the wake, there are people praying for them, showing their love, their concern, right? They go to the crematorium, burn, right? And that's it. What happens after that? Who's journeying with them after? Right? So accompaniment is also part of that welcoming community. We embrace everybody. We journey with everybody. We walk with everybody. That is what we need to remember. So is it easy? Not really. But if we want to be a welcoming community, we need to have that intention. We want to be a welcoming community. For months I've been asking the PPC, the EXCO, the PCT, St. Mike's, what are we known for? And they say, welcoming parish. I say, nonsense. Every parish is a welcoming parish. What is so big deal about St. Mike's? No, it's similar to what Friar Mike was saying, right? They have found the tagline, all right? Well, for us, we need to still discover what it is. And this is what we're looking for. That we have a clear goal, and we have the intention and the will to carry out this goal. But if we do not have this in mind, what is it? Matthew? Whatsoever you do to the least of my brethren, that you do unto me. If we don't have that clear in our minds, then the person coming to church is a pest. The person coming to church is a nuisance, right? The person who's coming to a church is just coming here for what? Service. Like going to the petrol kiosk. Oh. But that person is Christ. That person is Christ coming, right? And do Christ always come as a sweet, loving Jesus? Oh, I think kind of a pain in the neck. So, I would like to leave you with this. John 13:34. What is that? As what Friar Mike said just now, no? Love one another as I have loved you. So, have you been loved much? Oh, I guess not. No answer. Have you been loved much? And therefore you must? Well, you've been loved much and you just love her. Hello, you must love much. All right. So anyway, I'm just sharing with you how we put hospitality into our parish from birth to tomb. Okay? There are, of course, many, many other ways that we can do this. Welcoming people.